Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Got a quick legal update for you here. Here's a headline from Finance Feeds. Ripple issues first delay request as pressure over Hinman's speech mounts. Oh, yes, indeed. So you may recall that the SEC is now claiming, and this is in an attempt to prevent the Hinman Ethereum free pass speech emails from getting into Ripple's hands and getting into the public's eyes. They have filed a new claim, and this was, I think it was, it was April 29th when this claim was filed. But they're claiming that, no, you cannot have the Hinman emails that have been ordered by the judge because there's an attorney-client privilege concern. They're actually asserting an attorney-client privilege. Now, Ripple's going to respond to this. And I imagine it's going to be somewhat tough to respond to this. You can respond, in conceptual on the topic, how ridiculous it is, certainly, but we don't have, these emails. They don't have the emails in their hands, so you can't really write about the specifics because you don't have that specific information. But they filed a document today because the SEC is overreaching yet again. I can't wait to share with you what they're doing today. These complete freaking asshats. These are the worst humans on the planet. And I use the word human loosely when referencing them. It's completely ridiculous. But I haven't seen Attorney Jeremy Hogan be so excited about this type of response because basically, as he said, the gloves have come off. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just a simple little moon Lambo doing moon Lambo things all up on the internet, making crypto-related videos on the YouTubes just as a hobby, just for fun. So, to be clear, you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write ever. So just to quickly get everybody caught up to speed, here's a headline from the Crypto Basic from April 30th, titled, SEC still fighting to keep Hinman's documents away from Ripple, says speech is protected by attorney-client privilege. I just need to cover a small portion of this. According to the SEC, the attorney-client privilege applies to Hinman's 2018 speech because the documents reflect communications between Director Hinman and SEC attorneys. Okay. The confidential communication between Hinman and SEC attorneys was made in a bid to request and provide legal advice about the matter under the SEC's purview, the Securities and Exchange Commission asserted in its letter. And here's a quote from the SEC. The attorney-client privilege protects in their entirety those speech drafts reflecting legal advice that Director Hinman sought and attorneys in corporation finance and other departments, end quote. Directly from the SEC. Now, Iron made a video where I tore down this entire concept about how stupid it was, so I'm not going to go through that again. I just wanted to make sure you at least knew what we were talking about. Otherwise, the rest of the video ain't going to make no damn sense, so just trying to set the table a little bit there for y'all. But take a look at this. Here's a short filing from today. This one's from the SEC, actually. And shout out to attorney James Filan, member of the XRP community, for sharing this. And he wrote, the SEC requests permission to file a reply brief to the Ripple defendants' May 13th, 2022 response regarding the SEC's attorney-client privilege claims in connection with the Hinman documents. Ripple defendants object to the SEC's request. So again, Ripple requested an extension, and this is the first time they ever requested an extension out till it was May 13th. They did get that approved. So the court said yes. Judge is like, yep, absolutely fine. You got till May 13th. Go ahead. And just get it filed by then. You're good to go. Now, the SEC, though, having not even seen this brief, which doesn't exist yet, like Ripple's still working on it, they haven't submitted it. The SEC says, file this document here, which is on your screen. I don't really feel the need to read the whole thing, but they filed this very short letter saying, hey, we want to file a reply brief to whatever Ripple's about to reply. So they don't even know what's in it. And they want to reply. Ripple said no. So they already talked to Ripple about this. Ripple said, nope, we are not down with that. So here you have the SEC attorney going to Judge Netburn requesting to be able to file a reply because per the rules of the court, you can't just file it. It's outside the rules. You just get permission. So that's what they're trying to do here. Ripple then quickly filed a letter, which really, you're going to enjoy this. They filed this today upon, seeing what the assets at the SEC wrote to, the request to the judge. Hey, let us write back to our rep. No. Um, and and so Attorney Filan shared this letter as well, and he said Solomon comes out swinging in opposing SEC request to file a reply brief. Now I'm going to run through this, but first I want to share with you also this comment from Attorney Jeremy Hogan, who stated the following: "Finally, I feel like Ripple has taken the gloves off and is talking about how ridiculous the SEC's litigation tactics surrounding the Hinman emails are. The judge may still allow the SIR reply, but at least Ripple is calling out the delay tactics strongly." Now, folks, there is nothing else having to do with this case that is so absurd. Nothing else. We have not seen the SEC fight so strongly on any single topic compared to this. And why? We've been speculating. I'll tell you again. There's something in there that destroys their case. There's something in these emails that if it gets out, Ripple wins. Because it could be something very simple. It could just be, okay, so here's the Ethereum free pass speech. One person in one of those emails say, okay, what about XRP? XRP would then fall under this too, right? Anything to that effect. And this case is over. That's it. And so I've never seen them fight so hard for anything. And I mean, they're literally asking for a reconsideration of the judge's reconsideration here. That's literally what they're doing. It's completely absurd. And so here you have Ripple attorney Matthew Solomon wrote this up. I'm going to read, it's pretty short. I'm going to read the whole thing and you'll see why attorney Jeremy Hogan is like, yeah, the gloves have come off. "Dear Judge Netburn, we write on behalf of Bradley Garlinghouse, Christian Larson, and Ripple Labs, Inc., collectively the defendants, to oppose the SEC's request to file an additional brief in support of its assertions that internal documents related to a speech given by a former SEC official are protected from disclosure by the attorney-client privilege." So I'll just pause and note, of course, the individual reference there is William Hinman, former SEC Director of Corporation Finance, who gave the Ethereum free pass speech. Attorney-client privilege, my ass. This is such nonsense. Anyway, Attorney Solomon continues, "The SEC requests leave to file what they term a reply, but in fact, this would be at least the SEC's sixth filing in opposition to defendants' August 10th, 2021 motion to compel. It is therefore, at best, a SIR reply. The SEC's request to file such a SIR reply, unsupported by any justification, and before even seeing defendants' response to their latest filing, is both inappropriate and premature." And then they cited a separate case, which then wrote, "Denying plaintiff's request to file a SIR reply where plaintiff filed to show good cause and failed to establish that defendants raised a new issue for the first time on reply, as the decision to grant a SIR reply is left to the sound discretion of the court." And then he continues, "Since defendants filed this motion to compel nearly 9 months ago, the court has twice overruled the SEC's improper deliberative process privilege objections. Notwithstanding that, in the close of fact and expert discovery, the SEC continues to withhold all documents related to a former SEC official's June 14th, 2018 speech." So let's pause to note, of course, what he's referencing there is William Hinman's Ethereum free pass speech, which was, of course, on June 14th, 2018. And then Attorney Solomon continues. "The SEC now claims, in effect, that the last year of briefing, oral argument, the court's decisions, and their motion for reconsideration were all an academic exercise because it turns out that the documents, every single one of them, are actually privileged attorney-client communications." You gotta love this. Think about that. If it were the case that attorney-client privilege applies, why the hell wouldn't you just start with that? If there were actually a legitimate claim, attorney-client privilege, that's a real thing. If you think that this is a solid move, why didn't you start with this instead of claiming privilege? My gosh. And so we went through all this stuff, and that's why Attorney Solomon's like, oh, so this was all purely academic, citing all the things that we went through, because it's the sixth approach that the SEC has made in tackling this. And so again, he wrote, all the briefings, the oral argument, the court's decisions, the two, because remember, it was reconsidered, and all the motions, everything, all of this, it was just purely academic because it's actually just attorney-client privilege, so we don't get any of it anyway. Completely absurd, is it not? Attorney Solomon continues. At this point, the SEC has had more than ample opportunity to assert and support its various privilege assertions. Discovery closed months ago, and the parties are on the eve of filing motions for summary judgment. Further delay is prejudicial to defendants. Defendants will respond to the SEC's latest round of arguments, and at that point, defendants respectfully submit that this issue will be ripe for final resolution. Well, ain't that the truth? At a minimum, the SEC should be required to justify its demand for further briefing after it reviews defendants' responsive filing. Defendants accordingly respectfully submit that the court should deny the SEC's request. Made in ECF number 476, respectfully submitted, Matthew Solomon. So, look, that's pure fire right there. I rather enjoyed that. I mean, because they've been so polite and proper for so much of it. And not that this was improper, but it's perfectly fine to push back from, I mean, my non-professional opinion, not having a legal background. I'm just like, yes, please bring it. Fine. Oh, yes. Now, what I'm really looking forward to is seeing whatever Ripple's attorneys finally craft in response to this attorney-client privilege claim, which is pure bunk. I can't imagine that holding any sort of water in the eyes of the judge. I can't imagine it. But I can't wait till that document drops. I am really looking forward to making that video. That's going to be a really fun one. Because you know that's going to be just as fire as this. Frickin' asshats at the SEC, man. This is real life. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.